want to switch sports with you, though, for a second, because not only do you have relationships and connection with NFL players, you did a fire profile of Giannis Antetokounmpo not that long ago. And so I wanted to get your insight into Giannis. Again, it was about his journey from Greece or whatever and his identity coming to America. But that said, just based on what you know and based on your sense of things, having been around him and got to know him a little bit, where do you think his head is at when it comes to the Supermax versus can I really win in Milwaukee? A lot of speculation about his future right now, as you know.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing I took away from the time I spent with Giannis was that loyalty is everything to him, and especially the way he's so tight-knit with his family. Loyalty is something that he prioritizes very closely to his heart. And so seeing these reports of him having these conversations with Bucks owners and trying to figure out the direction, I wholeheartedly believe Giannis is going to try with every intention in mind to try and make it work in Milwaukee. And they've got one more year to try and figure out, what they're going to do at each position. How can they help upgrade the roster that they have? I think obviously the most easiest spot for all of us to figure out that they need to address is the point guard position, and finding someone that can be a facilitator, that can create for other people, that can allow, Giannis, not putting Giannis in that position where he has to dribble the ball off the court every other possession. So, the Bucks have a huge issue there to address that I think Giannis will be taking notes on, and Giannis is going to try and make it work. I wholeheartedly believe that. I wholeheartedly believe Giannis is going to try and make it work in Milwaukee. I think Milwaukee fits him very much so in terms of the city, small town. He's not a dude that likes attention. Remember, there was something that was left out in the piece that we talked about so much, which is discussing the limelight and the attention that he's getting now that he's such a great elite NBA player, back-to-back MVP soon to be, and all the attention that comes with that. And it's something that he was just simply not prepared for, because basketball was his outlet to escape a life of poverty as a first-generation immigrant in Greece and now in America. I think that was the area in which both of us were able to bond on, because I'm a first-generation American as well. And just due to the simple fact that I come from that similar understanding of where, look, when you're broke and you come from Section A, you come from poverty, you're trying to escape that social economic status. You're trying to break the cycle. But no one ever tells you everything that comes with success. And I think that's what Giannis is starting to realize and recognize and deal with, especially right now when a lot of people are criticizing him for not developing a spot-up jumper or having a game that's very versatile that can match up against guys like Jimmy Butler that know how to shut him down and toughen up against him. To me, being someone from Dallas, I see a lot of parallels between Giannis's career and Dirk Nowitzki, someone who had a silky smooth jumper coming out of the league. But as we saw against matchups against the Warriors, even the Nuggets, there were other teams defensively that were able to. There were other teams that were able to take him off his spots and punk him. So Dirk had to develop that low post game, and it took a lot of time for him to do so. But we're seeing a similar trajectory with someone like Giannis, where he's in his mid-20s, he's trying to develop this part of his game, but it's just taking time. And I don't think he's going to be able to solve his shooting problems in the next year. I think it's probably going to take another 2 or 3 years for him to have a more consistent jumper, a formidable jumper that can offset it and be another option for his dominant abilities to get to the paint. And so I think that's going to be the biggest key, is that will he be patient enough to recognize what the Bucks are trying to build around him to stick around in the long run and sign a supermax there? Or will he just want to keep it moving afterwards and realize, like, hey, I did everything I could? And I think that's going to be the biggest thing that we all have to watch for. If the Bucks are able to make it to the finals, I think Giannis will find a way to try and make this thing work next season. But that's easier said than done, man, in the Eastern Conference Finals, as we've seen, man, because Celtics are still really good. The Heat aren't going to get any worse either. It's going to be very, very tough.